Okay. Okay, we are live now. Okay,
Yeah.
much pumped up for it. Okay, people are commenting. We'll see. Okay, I'll just see. Yes, we are live now. Great. So, yes, great. I think we will not get the comments on the stream yet.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Okay, live viewer comments. Okay, it's coming like this. Okay,
Okay. For
live
the
viewer
members.
comments.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Good. So yes, I have Suraj with me. Thank you all for joining. I see 8 people are here, but yeah, we will take some more time. It's only
Yeah.
4. Right? People will be joining in a little while. I know people will be joining,
Okay.
and yes, Parth has joined, and Shailesh. Yes, these people are always our true supporters. Rahul Menon has joined. Yes. So guys, today we have Suraj with us, right? So I have bought Suraj in order to make sure you guys know what is the correct roadmap for getting the abroad opportunities. At the same time, we will be knowing the in depth, like how he got the intern opportunities, and what are the plans that he has set, how he got the opportunity with VERIZON, and then we'll be talking about the backbase opportunity, right? I know you all are excited to know like what are the things packed up for this session. Definitely you guys are going to get so many things, so I would request you all to have your notes or whatever you have, because Suraj is already our previous guest who has taken Terraform session, right? And today we are here to know much more details about what is his plans, how he achieved this feat, right? So over to you, Suraj. You can introduce yourself so that viewers know, and then we'll progress.
Yeah. So first of all, hey everyone, as you already know, so I'm Suraj Kumar. I'm working in a Backbase as a DevOps engineer. So yeah, so being a part of DevOps community, so it's kind of roller coaster journey for me because I was not from that background, I would say. Because my career is actually, it's shifted drastically from a Python developer to a DevOps engineer. So I just kind to share my experience with you guys so that you also can achieve the same thing which I have used. So it will be always like you can't follow the correct roadmap, I would say, but you can get something from that. That's what I'm trying to give you that, guys, with this live. So I will try my best. Let's see how many guys can achieve the same. I'll be very happy to see that.
Great, that's awesome actually. So Suraj, tell me one thing, right?
Yeah.
So you are from a college in Punjab, right? So
Yeah.
tell me about your college, like whether you had any coding culture. By the way, how you transformed into DevOps actually? Tell me that, like because I
So
see in
yeah.
the internship itself, you were like you have achieved the SRE internship as well as Python internship. So how you
Yeah.
got that?
So actually, I'm 2019 batch pass out, and my college was not that much aware of this coding part, I would honestly say. But I have the one good thing is, like, I have a good mentor with me who was always guiding me. His name is Saurav Saini. So he was my college senior in CS department. I am from electronics background. So I remember when I was in my last semester. So I talked with my senior. Hey, this is what I'm trying to do. He said, like, go ahead with Python, try to learn with this library. So I moved to Noida. So for this, just for the training.
Great.
Again, I met with one other guy who was like, at that time I already know Python, but that guy impressed with my skills. He said, like, I have one opportunity for you. If you want to take a interview, I would be, I can refer for you for that. It will
Mhm.
be an internship. So I went there to that company. It was the first company, name was Blue Think. It was a Noida based company. Okay, so
Okay.
I interviewed there, and I able to crack that interview on the basis of my basics knowledge, whatever I have gained within that span of time. Because during my last semester, I haven't read anything regarding my exams, to be honest. Just focused on my my coding skill, because that time I something hit in my mind, like I need to do something, because I was not able to see my future. So I just the good part is I'm able to make good friends very quickly. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm able to make good friends very quickly, and I'm able to make good community also. So I always try to learn something from them. So that's how my senior helped me to reach my first step towards the future, which I was planning. So he said, like, this is what you need to do. I prepared myself for that. I given that interview. They selected me, and almost 9 months I was working for them. And
Mm.
yeah, so that's how I started my first role as an internship, as an intern in a Python developer. I was working on Django framework and Flask during that time, and little bit
Awesome.
on React also, depend upon the project requirement. But yeah, so this was my first step regarding that.
Great.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. So, few things, huh? Those who are watching us, right? So, first of all, trust your friends is what even I would suggest, right? So,
Yeah.
our community is much more important than anything else. So,
Yeah.
community uh, tells you that okay, this is the correct path, boss. You need to go in this path, then only you will achieve it. So, I think
Yeah.
step number one, which you need to do is if you don't know anything, get the things, go
Get the
and
thing.
ask the things, no?
Yeah.
Go and
Yeah.
ask, like, you need this thing and they will definitely help you. Now I see one comment here: what level do hiring person asks if fresher is getting into cloud and DevOps? So Suraj, I think you have done this right with the Python thing,
Yeah.
so can you
Yeah.
tell this question which Raj is asking actually?
So for me, actually, when I shifted from Python developer to SRE, for me it was very basic, to be honest, that time, because it was still an internship. Till that time, I already got the full time role from my previous organization as a Python developer. But still, I opted for a next level to, let's try to go to next level to get an internship, and I take that risk actually. It was very basic, to be honest. I That time I already know Linux, and you
Great.
should know the basics of Linux, how it works, and some logics, because being from a Python developer background, I was able to write some basic code which which you'll get to know in your college itself, like how to print that pyramid or something like that. So it was
Yeah.
that kind of a basic question, but it was around 5 rounds, to be honest. 3 rounds
Oh,
were purely technical, one was managerial, and one was HR round. Yeah. So I would say, like, to because it's an internship, they would not expect anything from you that at that much extent level. So if you are going for a full time role, then I would say you need to prepare yourself for the each and every component which which you prepare for the project. For example, for different technologies like Kubernetes, Dockers, and Terraform for IAC, like that. But it
okay.
should be like you should have some hands on that. So
Great.
what I actually did the mistake is, even I would also, I'll say now also, like, you know I always tend to go theoretical instead of practical, from where I was always lagging actually. Nowadays also, to be honest, I'll not keeping anything hide. So you should know theoretical also, but the thing is you should know practical as well. So that's what I would say, which will encourage you to raise your bar high. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So that
So
time I somehow cracked that opportunity. It was
mm,
for QA role, but somehow my luck went very well, and there was one more rec for SRE. They said, like, we are okay to give you SRE role. I said, yeah, I'm okay to that. Even that was also new for me. I don't know a single thing about SRE.
yes,
I
yes,
just know, okay, something will be there, something related to DevOps and SRE. I will be going to work. But yeah, so learning was on fly, which was very good. I worked with very good mentors, and they helped me very good actually to gain my experience during in every tech stack, even personal and professional both.
yes, that's great. So here Shailesh is asking, basically Shailesh is our true supporter of our channel, right? So I have been, he has been following this channel from a very, very long time, right? I think he would have been part of our Terraform session also when we
Oh,
have taken
great.
the link. I
But
believe.
I can get some feedback.
So,
Do I
yeah,
need to improve something?
yeah. So Sailesh is asking, please walk through the interview process for
Yeah,
DevOps SRE in European countries, right? So I
yeah.
think we are directly jumping into the backbase
Back.
scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can
Wait for
just
some time. Wait for some time. Let it be for suspense.
so Sailesh, I would request that this question I will definitely put again to Suraj because we have just now started, and this is an important question which we will be covering in a little while, right? So yeah, so tell me, in the internship, right?
Yeah.
Whether you got to work on the pure projects, or again because you are new, people started giving you small things because अरे DevOps इसको देने से कुछ कर देगा कि नहीं प्रोडक्शन
No,
में
no. So for
भेजेगा
me,
तो
it was totally different. It was very good journey, I would say. So first
हम्म
1 month was purely on my, to getting to know about the technologies. So during
हम्म
the second month itself, I was working on production. So they are training me at that level, to be honest. So none of the organization will give you the opportunity to directly to work on the production as well as the leading the team. So there are some couple of projects which I was leading as an intern to my seniors. So you can say the way how they are training me actually at the during that time.
Great. That's awesome. Na? I
Yeah.
think you are. you have got good opportunity at the start of the career, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's really awesome, right? And
yeah.
people trusting us is more important, is
More.
what I, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's awesome, right? So yes, let's park here. We'll take one question here, and then we will go to your from internship journey, how you have transformed that into a Verizon blue jeans, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
sure.
talking about that. So here Nilesh is asking, hey, I am placed in a company and they are giving me training on DevOps. My
Mhm.
question to you is, what is the scope of DevOps in future regarding career and salary?
See, I can't say about salary. It will be very, very competitive. Okay. It will be very up to the mark. Okay. No
Yes.
question on that. But regarding the career, it will be very good. You'll
Mm.
be working on very good tech stack because DevOps is not kind of a, I would say, a, a designation. It's kind of process in which you work on multiple things. So you need to up to the mark always with the market whenever a new technology is established. So that's what I would say. The scope is
Yes.
very good. You'll
Yes.
not
That's
feel
good.
bored. You'll not feel bored, and you'll
That's
get
what.
opportunities to explore new things also within
Yes.
that project.
Yes, and I would like to add one question here, right? One point, important point. If you are getting bored, right, in the project, then definitely it's a high time for you all to shift your project internally or else
Yeah,
shift the organization. Because what happens, right, if you work on the same task repetitively, right, like a robot,
yeah,
then the future package which you are asking for the salary will not be sufficient enough. Even though if you want to jump, you cannot make sure you are getting your dream package, right?
yeah,
So if you are getting bored, it means it's the high time to change that position or that organization, right? I'm
yeah,
talking openly, right?
yeah, yeah.
So that
But
people
it should be.
understand and people should know the
Yeah,
value of getting bored in a project. Or you do one thing, like you can innovate some new things like chatbot or Python implementations.
yeah, yeah.
With that, you will get high scope, right, Suraj?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can
Great.
do practical as much as you can, or I would say even if you are even I am not used to regarding the certification part, but the good thing regarding the certification is you get the enough theoretical knowledge as well as the practical knowledge also. You can test your knowledge. So
Yes.
I would recommend that you can guys can opt for the courses for the certification so that you can test your knowledge as well as you can implement those knowledge within your project itself. It's all
Great.
about sometimes you will not get the opportunity, so you need to grab it somehow. So you need to create it or you need to you can
Yes.
understand that.
So Raj is my actually he connected with me on LinkedIn. So he got certified into Oracle. I think OCI Foundation certificate he has completed, and
Okay.
he's telling like, "Do you remember me?" Yes, brother, I remember you. Right. Kailesh question we will take in some time, but yes, Arbas is there who is asking this question. I have 4+ years of experience as Hadoop administrator, but according to my new project, I'm planning to go with DevOps. So Suraj, everyone na, like even though testing engineer wants to come into DevOps,
Yeah,
even though
true, true.
Java engineer wants to come into DevOps, I don't understand people really want to come towards DevOps.
I would
uh,
say it's a hype because I met with a couple of folks on LinkedIn also. They are from HR background from couple of years and now they are moving to DevOps. Did you
yeah,
imagine
that's what like
that?
tell me one thing, Suraj. So according to your level of experience, your maturity, because now you are seeing the people in other countries, how the
Yeah,
work culture is, how the behavior is, how the pattern or the pay is, right? So do
yeah.
you really think everyone should move into DevOps?
It's not kind of that if you are not getting that particular kick, while working on that technology, so it's a waste of time. I would say.
Yes, yes. And you know what? Like people are pinging me also, right? After I posted yesterday, like one of my community member got 13 LPA package with 1
Mhm.
lakh of joining bonus and permanent work from home, right?
Okay.
So
Oh,
people started pinging me, and they are telling like, I want to move from testing to DevOps. I want to move from Java to DevOps. But my suggestion to all the people, as Suraj said also, right? Never completely move into the new
yeah.
domain, right? Balance both of them, like testing come DevOps or Java come DevOps. You will be the best resource, and I guarantee that because I have done that in Infosys, right? So yes, Suraj might also know because
Yeah.
he is also getting pings from HRs. So
Yeah,
you
that's what I would say. But the good part is like I saw that the curiosity in that guy actually. He was
can okay.
very curious to know about that. So that was a good thing actually. He already know most of the things and I think right now he's currently working with one of the startup.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, yeah, he already worked for more than 6 months with a startup. He's totally from a
That's
different background. So question answer to one of the other question. If you are any background, you can move to DevOps. It's nothing like that you need a specific background. And the
Great.
good thing is, for me, the kick was troubleshooting. I like to do troubleshooting a lot. That's why I always get good troubleshooting experience from my seniors, also my mentors, who helped
Yes.
me during this journey.
Great.
So yeah, you can check my recommendation on my LinkedIn profile.
Yes. I have seen
Yeah,
that. I have
that's
seen
why
that.
we
So
always had like troubleshooting part. So I like that part. That's why I moved to SRE and DevOps.
correct, great. So, Arbaz, I hope you have got the answer. I would not recommend you to completely come into DevOps because you know what? Hadoop is a biggest thing which no one
Yeah.
is having that skill set. So,
Yes, it's a very
don't
real.
waste that. Just two years you separate or 3+1, right? Definitely, Hadoop is one of the best tech stack you would have worked. And also, I'm telling people don't know how this Hadoop administration and all those things are done. You
Yeah.
are one of the important resource for the organization is what I would say. But yeah, add DevOps also because you are thinking of DevOps in your mind, right, Suraj?
Yeah. You can integrate the all your technologies with the DevOps itself. You can pick some of the things and you can
That's
implement that. That's how you can make some good things.
great. Awesome. So, Suraj, we have one question here, and I think it's very important question. Is there a resume format to apply for jobs in European countries? How to apply for jobs and get shortlisted?
So most of the organization will use the ATS tool to shortlist your resume, because they'll be getting tons of resume. Yeah. So I would say, like, you should your resume, if you are I would say, if your experience is lesser than 8 years, your resume should be one page. Try
Hmm.
to make all the points within that one page format, and try to highlight your all the tech skills, the projects you have worked. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And Suraj, one more thing. Even in USA, I have seen my friends have sent their resume to me to make it one page.
Yeah.
Right? So, is that a mandatory to make it one
No,
page,
no,
or
no.
we can no, right?
No, it's not mandatory, but it's a good practice, I would say, is to
Good
in
practice.
terms of, because we are not that much experience. If we are more than that,
Correct.
obviously we are doing a lot of projects, and we need to add that projects in our resume. But yeah, it's a
Great.
good practice.
Great. And Suraj, tell me one thing, huh?
Yeah.
Like when we are applying for other countries, do
Mhm.
you remember any of the URLs which are there to apply, or would you like to share some of the URLs or some details about the websites? Like in India, we have LinkedIn,
Yeah.
Naukri.
Yeah.
Similarly, are there any websites for European countries or any other countries?
So I actually directly use LinkedIn only. So I
Okay.
add that alert. Yeah. So
Hmm.
we'll see some of the one, whenever there is a job alert, you will get a notification regarding that. You can immediately apply for that. So that's
Great.
how, yeah, you can
So
use.
this is awesome, Suresh. Like,
Yeah.
see, guys, LinkedIn is a platform where you get tons of opportunities, right? I don't know how many of you are using LinkedIn in a proper way, but as Suraj said, because I see Suraj in myself, right?
Yeah.
So Suraj is like me almost, where he's telling he gets the notification and immediately गए और apply कर दिया उस opportunity में,
Yeah.
right? तो ये बढ़िया है. But definitely, I will be trying to get some more details on the URLs from Suraj after
Yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast.
I'll
Right?
try to get that. I'll get that.
Great, great, Suraj. Yeah. So that's really good. So Suraj, one more question is there from Furkan. How to apply for an internship, basically?
So during that time, actually, it was mostly offline. You need some referral, but nowadays it's totally online. So you can apply directly. Go to the company website. So how I used to, tell my juniors to do that. Okay, if you are in with, if let's first assume in which city you want to work for. So I would say, for example, Bangalore is the best option right now, or
Yes.
Hyderabad. So just shortlisted 50 companies, apply for them. Okay, 50 companies, make a list, like if these are the company which I need to work. Apply for immediately, give your resume, and you need to make your multiple resume also according to the job description also,
Hmm.
which
Great.
made person
Yes. So
job
Suraj,
description. Yeah,
yes. So Furkan, I would like to add one point here, what Suraj said, right? So basically, if you have seen the podcast with Nikhil Sharma, right, where I am telling the 50 plus internships he has applied and he had cracked internships, Suraj, from
yeah,
government,
yeah,
from yeah, I think USA and from India also,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and Furkan, I have given the links of the applications where Nikhil has applied in the description. So definitely check out that video. You will definitely get it. It will be under the podcast playlist, right? So yes, that was Furkan's question. So people are bombarding with so many questions. I think
Yeah, I can see
70,
that.
70 people are 70 people are with us, right? So yes, I'll be talking a little bit about your journey
Yeah.
from the internship to the
To
Verizon, like how the transition happened, how you got the opportunity, and when you got the mindset कि यार अभी मुझे shift करना है organization.
Yeah, so when I was working as an intern, so there are a couple of ways. I was already handling the production by my own without any help from my seniors. So I already got to know like I'm getting a full time role. So what you need to do, there are some tricks, or I would say tips, not the tricks. It will be very, so it will be very useful for you whenever you are working on an internship. Try to collaborate with your team as much as possible. So for me, I used to work with my each of the senior principal engineer in my team. So we are about more than 10 folks. I used to work with each of them, try to get the information what they are trying to work on it. Either it's a database or a Kubernetes or a Terraform. That's how I used to get the all the resources from them. I used to unload their work. I used to help them unblock them. So that's how I used to make my foots very strong within the team.
Great.
So that's how I
So,
used to do.
so whatever I'm asking you question, the main thing which I am observing from you is your skills of
Yeah.
getting adapted to the environment, right?
Yes. Yes.
Making others comfortable to
Comfortable.
be your friend, right?
Yes,
That's
yes,
what the good
exactly.
thing in IT stream is what I would say. It's really good, Suraj. And from there, you found that, okay, it's the correct time to join Verizon, right?
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's really inspiring. Like you have so much maturity by that time itself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like 3 years, even though my friends were telling me कि अभी shift करना है, अभी shift, I was like नहीं नहीं अभी मुझे पढ़ना है थोड़ा और time दो. That's awesome. So Suraj, tell me something about your Verizon journey. How you got the opportunity, how you applied to Verizon, and how the
Yeah.
shortlisting process, interview process happened.
So actually, we actually our company got acquired by Verizon. Actually, we are as a my previous organization used to work as a video conferencing Blue Jeans.
Blue
So
Jeans.
so they got acquired with the Verizon. So at that time, so many processes got changed. Actually, even for me also, my full time offer got freezed actually during that time
Oh,
because
okay.
acquisition happened and they have their different rules and regulation. They can't convert a internship guy to a full time role directly without any experience. So
Okay.
for me, I have only two options. One is like look for another company, or second is worked as a third party vendor, basically as
Yes.
a contractor.
Yes.
So I take the one more risk. Okay, from full time to internship, from internship to contractor. I again took that risk. Go ahead and okay, I accepted that offer. For some time, I around 8 months, I worked as a contractor. So when
Mm-hmm.
I got my experience back, they immediately converted me to a full time role. After that,
Okay.
my rules and regulations were same. I like
Okay.
always up to the mark with the production support and writing the Terraform script, troubleshooting, monitoring, writing the chips recipes. So many things were the roles and responsibility were same. Just the thing
Hmm.
was my designation was different and my payroll was different.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
But in Blue Jeans also, you were maintaining the entire infra and
Yes. So
SRE role.
Within that Verizon, there are multiple organization, sub organization which used to work. So I was a part of Blue Jeans.
Okay.
So that's how from the start itself I was supporting them only.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
guys, those who don't know Blue Jeans, right? Verizon, you might have heard. Blue Jeans is a company, video conferencing company, as Suraj said, and it's basically like a Zoom or the
Yeah.
StreamYard or any other company, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, Suraj, we have Muni 7799 asking a question, right? As a DevOps engineers, what are the roles and responsibilities in Docker and Kubernetes?
Okay. What are the roles? Like
Yes.
which term? Like on the project basis or in a personal basis?
No, not maybe you can explain whichever will be helpful for Muni.
Okay. Okay. So in what term you want to start with the DevOps, Docker and Kubernetes? I would say I think that's what he was asking. I think.
Yes, yes. Start
Yeah.
with Docker and Kubernetes.
So I always even I am right now also I used to go with Mumshad course only to get my things done. To be honest, that is the
Okay.
only course which solve all the queries. And
Okay, great.
once you are done with that Dockerization, I would try to say is like try to dockerize the applications as much as possible. So let's say, for example, you learn Docker. Now you know how to Dockerize the application. You can download that sample code from the GitHub. Try
Mm-hmm.
to write your own Docker code, okay, to Dockerize that application. That application is like like anything, maybe Node.js, or it can depend on anything, but you can Dockerize it. Okay, that's how you can get some hands on how the one more thing. I had an opportunity to abroad also, so I applied for one more company. So they sent me one of the practical which assignment I need to do within 2 or 3 days. So the practical exam was assignment was, you need to Dockerize that application. After
Okay.
that, you need to apply some concept to reduce the size of a Docker image.
Okay. Got it.
So
Mm-hmm.
there itself, there is a concept called multi-staging, where you need to just write a one Docker file, and inside that you need to just call that Docker image again and again. So kind of that, just a high level overview. So
Yes.
if you
Yes.
practice this in advance already, you no need to go through the basics again. So that's
Awesome.
which I mistake did actually that time, which I should know. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And for the Kubernetes responsibilities, I would say like the same thing applies to this also. If you are a beginner on Kubernetes, like always back to basics, like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can start implementing the same approach for the Kubernetes also.
Okay.
You can
Great. So
containerize.
basically, in your maybe Verizon or the Backbase, right? What are the roles and responsibilities you are taking on these tools?
So for me, it was very like I would say there are a lot of responsibilities which I used to take, because I was owning more than 5 projects during that time single-handedly.
Okay.
Which includes my collaboration with different teams also. Not
Awesome.
even not even DevOps within the team, but outsider also. Like for example, you are assigned to a project in which only one DevOps engineer dedicatedly supporting them to go live. So I was
It's
handling.
really difficult to handle, huh?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
DevOps
It is.
engineer.
I was handling 3 teams a time, so one
Huh.
guy from there like that. So it was very good. And for me, the responsibilities are like always our site should be 100% up, which is bluejeans.com, so that our
Okay.
none of the customer get impacted. Which are like we have a lot of customer during that time, which are very good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So and apart from that, I we used to go to the on call also support 24 by 7. I would not 24 by 12 by 7, like 7 like 7 hours or 8 hours a day. Yeah. Apart from that, we used to write Terraform scripts to automate our infrastructure, do the deployment based on the requirement they have. Like developer might ask you to work on uh, the chef recipes, or they want to use some other tool also. So we used to write that also. So I would say it's a combination of that. I also worked on the databases side also with my principal engineer during that time to automate the database things like MongoDB, RDS. Yeah,
Awesome.
so
Awesome.
we
So
used
you
to do
have
a lot of things.
vast experience on this databases, production
Yeah,
support,
yeah,
Terraform implementation. That's awesome, Suraj. Yeah.
yeah,
Our audience would like to get one session coming in the future. I would be definitely calling Suraj on our channel, right?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Plans are definitely there. We'll see. Okay. So we
Yeah,
will take one question from Akshay Chaudhary.
yeah.
As DevOps engineers, what are the issues faced in our organizations? How to resolve that? Please explain me. I have more useful in the interview section, right?
You can't predict that issues, to be honest.
Correct.
There
Correct.
always will be some unknown issues. For that, you should know the theoretical concept. That's why I would say go with the certification. Even if you don't want to do the certification, just go through that course, read it thoroughly, try to implement that approach, try to think in that way, I would say.
Hmm.
So for
Awesome.
that, like I faced multiple issues, to be honest, because I was not from that background. I have very less amount of time also to get to know the things to be done, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, even I don't have the good networking concept also. I would say not even the good scripting concept also, right?
Hmm.
So for being a DevOps engineer, you should know most of the things, because you are not handling the physical machines, but you need to go log into the multiple machines and find that particular culprit, right?
Correct.
You know
Exactly.
your basics, to be honest. The more you work on your basics, the more you get basically the good in
Exactly.
your troubleshooting part.
Yeah. But any issues which you have faced in the previous organization, which would you would like to explain in a very detailed or very brief manner, shortly, one two
Yeah,
issues.
so we are actually working on MongoDB. So it was regarding, I think, one of the issue. So whenever you upgrade to from one family instance family to another instance family, your one of the device plug will not get mounted, which we are not aware of that. You need to make a file, you need to make an entry in FL files FS tab. Yeah,
FS tab.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that is also automated way. You can't do a manual. We
Correct.
debugged it multiple times. We are not able to figure out that issue, and we will spend a lot of time. Then we at the end we are able to figure it out. Okay, we need to write a user shell script whenever
Mm-hmm.
the system will get rebooted or family get changed. It should automatically have the entry in that. So that is
Great.
one of the good, I would say, the opportunity I learned. Apart from that, one of the project I wrote the disaster recovery setup, which is known as DR setup, from the
Yes.
scratch itself. So you have one main site in one region. If, so let's suppose, if that main site went down, how would you recover from that, or how do you have any backup? So I wrote the same thing from the scratch in a different region with the load balancing, which was very good experience for me. Lot of learning without even help from seniors, because they are already busy with some other part. You can't expect to be get answer. You need to have
Yes.
Google. You need to query yourself with the Google itself and
Yes.
get your doubts clear.
Yes, yes, I completely understand. And both the scenarios are awesome, Suraj. What I say, Akshay, your question is apt, and what Suraj has replied is also really good. Like one is like DR setup. Let's take, they will ask you set up the DR with some automation script, and other is in the Linux systems. Whenever it gets rebooted, or whenever there is a change of the type of the Linux system family or something, so what happened was the disk was not getting again attached. So for
Yeah,
that, FS tab mounting has to be done, which Suraj has done with the help of shell scripting. So I hope these two scenarios,
yeah,
either you can add it in your resume to everyone, guys, those who are watching, right?
yeah,
And you can just try to learn how these two things are working, and you can add it as an automation thing. That's great, Suraj, right?
yeah.
So one more question we have from Healthy Life, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so here the question is systems engineer at TCS, CTC 3.33. Even I started from 3 lakhs. I think
I
everyone,
I
yeah.
even started with 5,000 a km per month. So it
See,
was
guys,
back in
that's what the
2019.
motivation is, right? Suraj is telling he has started from 5,000, right? And I started from 13,000, right? So that's how
I'm
the
still
things
low.
work.
I'm still low.
Yeah. That's how the thing works. And because of the hard work, the motive to learn, right?
Yeah,
So that's where we are here. Might be the Healthy Life. After a few years, he will also take a live stream with someone.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So we will go with this question. Working without programming language, then 2 to 3 hours per day, 3 to 4 months of dedication can give. Yes, brother, definitely you can achieve. Now, package is not important for the company, right, Suraj? What
Yeah.
is important for the company, Suraj? Tell me.
So I would say don't go with the package from the initial start of your career. Go with the learning part. So sometime what happened, the company don't have that. Good companies does sometime can't offer you much, but they can offer you good learning.
Exactly, exactly.
So
That's awesome.
always choose
That's awesome.
learning actually instead
That's
of
awesome.
package. Package is always will be coming. You don't know like when will you get the good package. Just if you are updated with the tech stack, no one will be I would say no one can revoke the good package from you. So
Exactly. But yes, for the question which Healthy Life brother has asked, definitely you can get that, maybe more
yeah,
than that also,
more than
right?
that.
More than that. Yeah, that's what people are getting. And yes, I would definitely say go ahead, brother, and learn. So Gaurav is asking, Gaurav Singh Chauhan, level of Python required for DevOps. So Suraj, I'm
Just
not
like
good at
you can
Python. You
just
can,
you
you
can
can.
automate the things. That's it. No need
Mm,
to go deep inside that. You can
correct.
let's say
Exactly.
you, yeah,
Correct.
don't go deep. I wasted my more than 6 months just to understand DS and algo. Okay, don't do that mistake. To be honest, I wasted my so many time in that, so much time actually. So
Mhm.
for me actually, for Python, I would say just work on dictionary as much as you can work with that list. The more you work with dictionary and these kind of things, right, or APIs, you'll be very good with the Python basics itself, the more practical things.
Yes, that's awesome. So, guys, those who think that Python, what level of Python you should understand, I would definitely recommend whatever you have done in the shell scripting. If you take that concepts into the Python scripting,
Yeah,
that should be enough for you to go, as
just
Suraj
try to
said.
automate the things. That's it. So
Yes,
this is one suggestion which I always get from my one of the good senior. He always say, if you are getting bored with your stuff, daily basis activities, try to automate that
great,
much
great,
optimized way. So
great.
that's what I try to do that.
So DevOps roadmap. So Chirag is telling he needs DevOps roadmap. So Chirag, why I have taken your question, even you have thanked me, right? So I am telling Chirag, definitely my channel should be enough for you to get the roadmap. But yes, I have the plans for DevOps Bootcamp 2 in the coming days. I'll be releasing that content also. But as of now, whatever there in my channel, just go ahead, or whichever channel you like, right? It's not like I am focusing on my channel itself, because we all learn from other channels and then we
Yes,
come here,
come
right?
on.
So definitely whichever channel you like, you can go ahead. Okay, this is one more question. I think this is a direct question to Suraj. So
Yeah.
Suraj, you can tell yes or no.
Yeah, so it's a very good question actually. So it will be a full time role and as well as a contract also. You get two types of roles actually in the Europe countries or even in any country I would say. So first one will be you will be full time, but you are on a you will be having 1 year of contract. So you will be working as a full time employee, but you will be having 1 year of working contract. So if your performance looks good, then they will extend your visa as well as the contract, or you'll get the indefinite contract. Second
Oh,
thing is you are hired as a contractor itself. So like for 6 months or 12 months. So that is
okay,
another case. So
great.
for
So can I
start,
ask one question to you?
yeah, yeah.
So in the scenario one, right? So let's take our performance is not good for that 1 year. So they will send back to India again
They will
on the
extend it. They will extend the contract for 1 more year to get your performance.
oh,
Otherwise,
yeah, that's good then. That's good. I was just taking a deep breath. I was not knowing this. And viewers, those who have the plans to go to some other countries, definitely take all your risk with you, right?
yeah,
And you will get good opportunities. At the same time, there
yes,
will be risk also coming into the play,
yeah.
right? Anything can happen. But yeah, those डर के आगे जीत है, right?
Need that seriously.
Mountain view, हाँ?
So one
सही
more
है.
good thing is some of the companies will give you the in the start itself they will give you the indefinite contract, which means you can work as long as you can in the country itself with that organization also. So only some of the companies, because I have my one of my friend here actually, he was working from last 1 year here, and
Mhm.
he got the in the start itself he got the full indefinite contract, which means he can work like anywhere and any time. There is no compulsion of time actually. You don't
Okay.
need to worry about the performance and part, but for the start, for the initial 1 or 2 months, he need to show his performance basically.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So, guys, those who are watching this live, I think 70 plus people are watching you, Suraj, now,
Oh,
and
nice.
I believe people after our live is ended, they will definitely watch you to
Yeah,
get more content. So, one more thing, those who are watching, guys, please like on the video, and after the stream is ended, as we have the ritual in our last 10 live sessions, just go ahead and comment how you felt talking with Suraj,
yeah.
and what you want in the next podcast. We will definitely bring that. But like the video, right? So Suraj, Akansha Tiwari, one of our the channel supporter, you can say, right?
Okay.
She's asking a question, right? Can you just
Yeah, yeah,
reply?
sure. So even the same thing I have also nowadays also, if I want to know regarding the scenarios, no one will tell me, to be honest. You need
Correct.
to just implement your approaches, or you need to, let's say, for example, I need to integrate the, let's say, monitoring within my system, okay, or Argo CD, for example, the good part, not a monitoring, Argo CD. How do you do that? If you have some basic knowledge, you need to go through some blogs. Okay, this is how I need to create a namespace within that Kubernetes cluster. I should have the connectivity. That's how you'll think regarding the scenarios. Once you add that, then you'll go to the best practices, like how to optimize it. What is the best practices to to secure my environment from the security rules and regulations, like that. Okay.
Mhm.
I hope I
Okay.
try to give the answer of your question. So, like, that's how I used to learn basically. No one will give you the scenarios. You need to build it from your own. If you get it,
Yes.
let me know also. I'll also try to implement it.
Yes,
But
yes,
yeah,
definitely. So, Suraj, one question here. Like you told, Mumshad's course is good on
good.
Kubernetes, right?
Yeah.
So, was that course helpful to get some of the scenarios which are in real time, or how was it?
Yeah, so that courses will be help you to understand the things working on the behind, actually behind the mirror, I would say, or
Okay.
behind the whatever you say in that. Why? Because the course is well organized. You will be mostly working with the commands only, not on
Oh,
the files. You need to create those files and implement it. No,
uh-huh.
mostly working with the commands.
Great,
It will be
great.
useful. You will get hands on basically, which is very good. Actually, you'll get the authority done, like that.
Great. So even I want to learn Kubernetes in depth, right?
Yeah,
So that's what, like, I would get the details from you.
yeah,
So here, two things, guys. First thing, I will get from Suraj the URLs for the countries to apply. He will,
yeah,
if he has, he will give it to me.
yeah,
Second, the Kubernetes course details I will take from him, and at the end of the after the stream is completed, I'll be sharing in the description. So definitely check out that. So Akansha, for your question, I hope we have answered it, right? And definitely it was one of the good question, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, yeah.
One more point to
So
add into the recent question. So what you can do whenever a new technology comes up, try to integrate with your own system. I would say that's how you'll get to learn.
we need to have laptop for that.
Yeah,
Yes,
and we need to up to mark with the technology also. Like
correct,
try to do some
correct.
automation on that so that you get ping.
I would suggest to everyone, right? If we need some good package, definitely we need to invest on ourselves. Even this I have told in my live meet also, where I've met everyone in Bangalore, right? So Suraj,
Yeah,
you have spent some amount on yourself, right? On
yeah,
various courses, by going in the first, you went from Punjab to Delhi, right, to
yeah,
learn Python,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that is our investment of time, right?
Yes,
We
yes.
are trying to go to some place to learn, or some potential environment to learn. So that's where I would recommend everyone to travel in the same mode, right?
Yeah.
And definitely you will get succeed.
You
So
can
yes,
say I moved from
yeah,
full-time role to internship and then to a contractor, then again to a full-time role.
yeah,
So
that's what.
that's how it was.
See how many risks you are taken, Suraj. I would not take that much risk. Can you repeat that again, like the
I
flow, so
was
I can.
working as a Python intern. Then I moved to Python developer as a
Mhm.
full-time role. Then again I went to a SRE intern. Then I again become a SRE contractor. Then from SRE contractor to a full-time role. Now I'm again on a full-time role. So
So many journey you have
yeah,
done.
yeah.
That's awesome. So Rajiv is also our channel supporter. I think people here I know personally, right? The
Mhm.
names I am able to remember because they have connected with me, right? And I am able to connect with them. So all the chats I can see, most of the people are, right, regular visitors of our channel. So
Yeah.
Rajiv is asking a question: is it mandatory to have complete knowledge of Jira and Slack as well? So what do you say on this question?
Even I was not aware of this actually.
Correct,
To be
correct.
honest, you don't need to know the knowledge about
No
that.
need to have.
Once you,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
once you are in that simulated environment, right? You'll be getting some knowledge about that. So you no need to worry about that. Just focus on the skills, I would say, rather than this Jira and Slack. So
yes.
once you are in that simulated environment, right? That's what my senior used to tell me. So when I cleared that interview, so I asked him, hey, can you give me some hints or something so that I can prepare myself? He said, just chill. Once you are here, you'll be in that simulated environment. Then you can grow as much you can. So
Great,
don't
great.
worry about these things. Just focus on learning.
Correct. So Jira and Slack are not important as of
Yes.
now, Rajiv. But yeah, once you consider yourself to be a potential candidate to attend in the interview and get selected, maybe
Yeah.
then the add-ons can be added. And as
Yes.
I have done in the shell scripting, the Jira REST API concepts,
Yeah.
those automations you can learn. That is good, right?
That is good. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, great. So yes, I have one question again. Uh, okay. Okay, I have so many questions. I am thinking which one to choose. Okay, Alina is asking Azure or AWS, which platform has more bright future?
Both. Both.
Yes, so everyone will say both. There is nothing, Olina, right? Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Olina. Sorry for spelling it wrong, right? Both are good clouds, right?
Yes.
And both have their own opportunities, right?
Yes.
And like Suraj, in our channel, Piyush came. Okay, Piyush
Okay.
from Google Canada.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
he was having Microsoft Azure certification, right?
Oh,
Entirely Microsoft Azure certification. I think 3 4 certifications he was having.
oh
Then he
man.
got selected into Google. Right? So I asked him, Piyush, how is it possible? Like, you have done on Microsoft Azure all these certifications, you are into Microsoft pure background. How
Yeah.
come you came into Google Cloud? His only one answer was, right,
The
companies doesn't matter on which cloud you have worked on,
yeah.
everything is same, but how you show the interest of learning, how you behave in the interview, all those matters, right?
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I
Exactly.
think Suraj, you and those who have come to my channel all have the same ability to crack the interview, and
Yeah.
they have grown from here to here.
Yeah.
Even Piyush, Suraj, he was like he left the job in India. In
Oh,
Canada, he was jobless for. I mean, he made his mind like अब job आने से Canada में ही आना है. So he went to Canada, and with God's blessing, he got within 15 days his
nice.
yeah. So yes, he has taken his step. How many DevOps engineers usually in any organization?
So
So
many.
yes,
So
so
many.
so yes,
No. So what usually happen in the organization? So whenever there are a bunch of DevOps engineer in that particular organization, they will be get divided into a particular, I would say, small chunks, so that one team will handle this project and one team will handle this project. So you'll be under working with some of the principal engineers or a senior engineers. You need to report them, and yeah, that's how in the bigger organization used to work. But in some of the startups, you'll see like only one or two DevOps engineer who are handling the infrastructure very bad, to be honest, because they will not follow any best practices. There is no one will be here there to uh, told them, hey, this is the best way to do that. So this is how
yes.
it works.
Obviously, yes. I understood. Like people tell there is no limit for any team
Yeah.
specifically, right? Yeah. So yes, I have Rishabh asking a question: is DSA required for DevOps? Everything is a buzz, right? So I think Suraj
Hype.
will tell. Yeah,
It's a hype.
Suraj.
I
Yeah,
was also part of that hype. I
yeah,
wasted my time. Okay, to be
yeah.
honest, because for me, you don't need to go with a DSA, but you should know the basics. Okay, how
Correct.
the things work,
Exactly.
like dictionary, list, everything you should know. It the thing is the whatever you will do, it should align with your career, basically.
Yes.
If it's
Exactly.
not, don't do that actually. Don't
Exactly.
get into that hype. I also tried to act like a SDE, but I was not able to do that, to be honest. And
Yes.
yeah, but for me, DevOps was a kind of hit, so I opted that only.
Great. So, tell me one thing, Suraj. In the journey, right? When we say is DSA required for DevOps, right? So DSA means design, data structure, and algorithms, right?
Yeah.
But if you see some Python scripting, in that we will apply the DSA logic only. Let's take for loop. In that, how the data we are extracting from a URL and then
Yes.
processing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I usually tell to people that apply those kind of logics
Yes.
rather than running behind the bubble shooter
Yes.
game
Yes.
or
Yes.
a pure DSA person, right?
No.
It
No.
will be a
No.
headache, right? Suraj, you
Headache.
have gone through
There's so much headache actually. That's why I'm totally opposing that. Don't go
that.
with
Yes,
that. Just try to optimize your approach. Try to add
exactly,
some threading and something like that within that your script, like
exactly,
multi-threading like that.
exactly. Yes. So yes, Faizan Mehraj is asking, working as a cloud specialist, but I want to be in DevOps. See, maybe Suraj, you can answer this.
Okay, you are working as a cloud specialist and want
Yes,
to be in DevOps. You are
yes,
already on the track, man. You just need to
yes.
adapt
That's
more
that's
technologies. That's
yeah.
it.
That's what Faizan. I think he is working as a single cloud specialist.
Okay.
Maybe you want to have some DevOps tools in his resume.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, what is your suggestion for the people who are in this kind of track?
So I would say just try to pick one from each bucket, like for Terra, like ISE, like Terraform or CloudFormation. If you are working on purely AWS or Azure, as per your specialty, or for that, after that you can go with the containerization and the container orchestration tools like Kubernetes and containerization Docker, like that. So you can pick one and try to
Yes,
learn, implement by your own. That's how you learn. You need to
great,
connect the dots basically. First, you need to learn the dots. One by one, you need to connect it.
great. So, yes, we have one question from Surabhi Gosal. Are certifications mandatory for any job roles based on your experience, Suraj?
Certifications are good, to be
Yes,
honest. It will give
yes,
you the weightage for the shortlisting of your resume.
great.
Plus, you'll get some good amount of theoretical knowledge also. Like you are
Yes,
certified guy, okay? You know how the things works in depth internally, so it's good, but not a mandatory.
great. Yeah. So, Suraj, tell me what kind of certifications you have done and how much. No, you didn't do anything?
Zero.
Okay. But still, it's not about the certifications,
Yeah.
it's about he is telling openly that he has went through the Mumshad's course for
Yeah,
learning something. And
yeah.
I suspect that you would have gone through other courses also, because I have seen in LinkedIn you have completed so many certifications. I mean, from Coursera,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. Coursera also,
Correct.
I tried
Yes,
it. I
yes,
went to multiple things actually, multiple platform, but at the end of the day, you need to go with Mumshad only. So,
yes.
which is a good one.
Okay. So Surabhi, for your question, even I have done a few certifications. I have invested around 1 lakh
Oh,
on myself for certifications. Right. I have taken Red Hat. You can go into my LinkedIn profile, and even Suraj Kumar's LinkedIn profile. You just search Suraj Kumar Backbase. You will get his LinkedIn profile, and you will see how many certifications he has, how many endorsements he has, what is his plan of getting into the Backbase Amsterdam. You will definitely come to know. So certifications are good, but not mandatory, right?
mandatory. Yeah.
Yes, great. So yes, did BTech, can I do course? Okay, now let's talk something about your journey now, Suraj, right? So we have talked about your internship opportunities, then we have talked about your Verizon Blue Jeans opportunity, then the ups and downs from the
Yeah.
intern to full time, then again ups and downs, and now you are at Backbase. So I think people are have pinged, few of the people are pinging me, right? Tell me the actual opportunity of the Backbase,
Mhm.
and people want to hear from you that what was the trigger point you actually chose to go from India to outside country.
So I was already planning to go actually during the COVID time. Also, I applied for one of the company in Singapore during my internship time itself. I able to crack that job. The company name was Shopee, but COVID hit. My full
Yes.
time role got get revoked again due to travel restrictions. So
Okay.
that is the one point. After that I tried, but during that time I was only planning for a Bangalore side only, because I love
Okay.
that environment. I don't want to go outside from that, but it's
Yes.
all about learning. So that's where I came to know, like, if you want to work deep inside the technology, you need to work with the best. Basically, you should
Yes.
have that best environment within yourself so that you can made yourself like that. So then I tried to explore, and I made my good community, good connections on LinkedIn itself. So I met with the folks, and then I start chatting with them. Hey, this is what I have, and yeah, so that's how I got to the opportunity. It's a kind of a referral which I got from a LinkedIn itself, which I
Yes.
utilize very well.
Great.
So, yeah,
So every time people usually utter the word of LinkedIn, and I always tell the power of LinkedIn is as much as you absorb the LinkedIn in you, right?
yeah,
So that is why I think Suraj is also telling, utilize the LinkedIn as much as possible. Send your resume to 100 plus people if possible in a one single go, right?
yeah, yeah,
The more you do hard work from your end, right, the more chances are there you get the good opportunity, like how Suraj has grabbed by using referral, right?
yeah,
So awesome, awesome, Suraj. So basically you tried in the COVID times, but it didn't work,
yeah.
unfortunately. And
Unfortunately, I so my I have two offers actually during that time also,
Mhm.
because that time my learning curve was very good, and
Okay.
slowly I was moving to company aligned goals, so
Okay.
which I need to complete it. So yeah, that
Yeah.
was a good time, but unfortunately I was not able to go abroad. But still
Okay.
now also I got an opportunity, and then I said, yeah,
Great.
we'll do it.
Great. Great. That's awesome. So, we will be talking about some things,
Yeah,
right, from the Backbase point of view, right? Okay, you got the opportunity via referral, right?
definitely.
So,
Yeah,
people be clear here, referral play an important role. And
yeah,
if your resume is good, people are there on LinkedIn to give you refer for their organization in
yeah.
outside country, right? So that's a thumbs up from our side, right? We should support the people who are supporting us from other countries, right? That's
Yes.
awesome. Yes, that's really nice. So Suraj, like we will go like baby steps into the
Yeah.
Backbase now, right? Now tell me, when you were selected for the Backbase, right? So how many rounds of interview you had, and what were the difficulty level of the questions? Whether you felt like, okay, India maybe ऐसा ही process चलता है, or the same as going with the European countries. How was it?
So first round was with the HR itself. He asked me a question regarding the DevOps itself. to be
Mm.
honest. HR was asking me regarding the DevOps questions, so the basic one. So it's kind of very you can say the first shortlist round was the HR will ask you like 4 to 5 questions regarding the DevOps culture and how does it the things work, like how do you adapt the technologies. Yeah, so if you pass that round, then they will go ahead with the next round, which will be your technical round. So first
Okay.
step is you need to give best in your HR round also with the in terms of technical as well as your interpersonal skills also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
HR will decide whether this profile looks good for that particular job role or not.
Okay.
That
Okay.
that much good actually.
Okay. So basically, you had the first round with HR where they
Yeah.
screen, even Google, I think they do that only. The
Yes.
first
Yes.
round, HR only screens it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
TSA question at first. TSA in the sense, they give the small snippet where you need to analyze that and give the
Yes.
output. For me,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was yes. Yeah. And now in the second round, it was purely technical.
Purely technical. They will ask like whatever the tech stack you worked on it.
Mhm.
But they will start from the basics and then they'll go in very depth actually, very deep. In
Okay.
yeah. So they'll start like what do you say the load balancer is. Then they will go inside that very deep,
Okay.
like how these things are connected like that.
Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. Yeah.
Great.
So
So
even I
to
had an interview with the
okay.
LinkedIn also.
Mm.
It was a Bangalore, but the location was Bangalore.
Okay.
So yeah, I interviewed before Backbase itself, so which was very. I was really impressed with their interview. It was like purely in depth because they have one a school of SRE group also
Oh.
within. Yeah, where they used to write the content for how you become a DevOps or SRE engineer, like
Okay.
multiple resources. So
That.
who the guy who wrote the resources, I have an interview with that guy in the first
Oh.
round itself.
I can
So
understand why you are doing now. So, guys,
it
that's
was
the level
very
of difficulty, huh?
it was very so whenever we used to learn, right, we used to learn from the upper side only. We used to don't go the in depth. So that guy asked me what is SSH, which is very simple. You can just need to log in into that. But how
Huh.
does it works? That is the main question. How the things work? That is the main question. So I would
Correct.
always say like try to do go as much as depth you can, which
Mhm.
will help you a lot. Actually, it will take some time, but it will be worth it.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So yes, a little bit into depth now. So two rounds you had, right?
Yeah.
So what was the next process in Backbase?
So next process again will be your technical round, but that first one will be based on your resume, whatever you have worked, and
Hmm.
your scenario based will be like how do you work on that? How do you like the first question which you ask like what are the scenario which you used to work, like you
Correct.
like to work on that. The same scenario they will ask, but
Hmm.
they will add some more pointers into that, like how do you tackle this? Okay,
Okay,
so there are multiple things like so they'll try to judge you if you are a noob or you are advanced level guy basically. This
great, great.
question will be looks much simpler for a noob also as well as a for a advanced guy also. But there are some points which if you add that they will say okay you are an advanced level guy.
Mm-hmm. Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
that will
So
be also technical. AWS
okay,
Kubernetes
huh.
for sure.
Okay, and again after that, like there is a HR round or how it is?
Two technical rounds. After that again there was one managerial round.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it was a culture fit round. They
Huh.
will check like if you are a fit for a culture, like for our company your thought process, your thinking, your entrepreneurship skills are matching with the company. There are like total 5 to 6 things they will judge on you. Based
Mm-hmm.
on that they will decide whether you are a good fit or not.
Great,
So
great.
I would
That's
say
awesome.
European country will conduct rounds will be from within 4 to 5, depends
Huh.
upon the company, but
Great.
it will be the culture round will be there as the Google has and the other companies has.
Awesome, awesome.
They will try to
So
do that.
great. So tell me one thing. When you got the Backbase opportunity, right? So in the HR interview process, right? So they ask like which organization you are and what
Yes.
is your expectations. So did you ask anything, or the company itself told like they will give you some things like visa and all for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
family?
It
How
will be
was that?
the first one. So first one was like they'll said like it will be based on your interview. If your profile aligned with that particular designation, then
Hmm.
we'll sponsor all the visas and process.
Great, awesome.
Otherwise, you'll be otherwise if you are not able to, because they have multiple position during that time for media also as well as senior also and junior
Mhm.
also. If you are a kind of junior, then they will refer you to the other organization for like for example, not other organizations, like other region, I would say, within the
Uh,
India itself.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Awesome,
like that.
awesome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so Suraj, when you got the opportunity, right, everything is fixed. Now
yeah,
they gave you visa, right,
yeah,
from
yeah,
India to Amsterdam,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah,
guys, I hope you guys are getting smile, right? So we try lot many things from our side, like we apply to the visa at different embassies in India, and we
yeah,
don't get that. But this is one opportunity where you directly apply to various organizations
yeah.
through LinkedIn, which I think Suraj and myself are love with it, right? I think everyone will be in love with it if you get the good opportunity, right?
Yeah, yes.
So even in my case, I sent my resume luckily to my hiring manager itself. So that was the case. So yes, Sanjay, I will definitely take your question. Just give me a moment. We'll complete this question of Shailesh. Then we
Yeah,
will take your question, Sanjay. Yeah. So yes, I have one question. All right, and
yeah,
you got your visa and all those things. So apart from that, any other benefits you found?
yes.
You feel like yes, abhi yahi company mere liye. What is that thing actually?
So regarding that, I regarding tech stack, I would say
Great.
the way the future they have, because the more the thing is, like they should be adaptive in nature, and they should like the tech stack should align with your goals also, so that you can
Yes.
also grow with the company. So you need to think twice actually for that. So
Yes.
for me, actually, my basics, my in-depth knowledge was not that much good, but I still try to do that so that
That's
I
the
can.
honest answer, by the way. Huh? Even I
Yeah,
am not good at that. No one is good at what they
no
are
one is
doing,
good at that. Yeah,
but
yeah.
we are learning, right? We
We're
should
trying
not
our
know
best to get in that type
exactly,
of knowledge. That's what we are putting so much of efforts. So I want to
exactly.
work with the best. So I said, okay, I'm okay to take that risk. Let's see how it works. I
Yes,
already take so many risks in my life.
yes,
So,
yes. That's
so
what. So
yeah,
great, Suraj. I have one more question here to
yeah,
ask. Huh? So those who are watching, right? So this will be the important phase which we are going, as Sailesh has asked us. So I'll be walking Suraj through all the questions which I have in mind, right?
yeah.
So Suraj, tell me, right? Even when I get an outside opportunity, in
Hmm.
my mind, na, there will be some fear.
Yeah,
Arey, whether I will get the visa or not, whether agar visa aa gaya, whether I will get settled there or not properly, whether
yes,
environment will be suited, whether they will kick out me, or whether something will happen bad. So any notions you had similarly like me and
yeah.
other people will also
So,
have? That's a human tendency. And how
yes,
your
human
parents
nature, I
supported?
would say.
Can you just
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
that happy glimpse of
Yeah,
that?
so it was when I was in process of visa, I was also thinking, man, if I'm not get the visa, what should I do? I'm already on my notice period. I don't want to go back now. I can cancel that,
Mhm.
because I took that decision now. I can't say no. I need to move ahead. So when I my visa arrived, I have the second question, like how will be I staying there? So the good
Correct.
part is company will give you the allowance for 1 month.
Great.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, you'll
awesome.
be staying in hotel for 1 month. After that, within
For
that time,
1 month.
yeah,
One
for
month.
1 month. Yeah, yeah.
Guys, listen, huh? For 1 month. So definitely apply now. Okay, great. Go
So
ahead.
within that, you have some, so you can cook for yourself within that hotel. They will provide all the utensils for you, and
Okay.
within that time frame, you need to search for your apartment also, which is most important thing in living in Amsterdam.
Mhm.
Okay, which is I would say, which is a bit hard part, but you need
Yes.
to apply. If you get within that, that's awesome. Otherwise, company will still support you during that phase.
Great.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome, right? So yes, we will now take a few questions here, right? So Sanjay is telling, sir, can I switch non-technical to DevOps? Age is 31 and did BTech. Yes, right.
Age
So
is just
Suraj,
a number, brother.
you
You can
tell your
switch
point.
it anytime. Age is just a number, man. You can switch it at any time. There is nothing like that. But it's
Yes,
good, like you are taking the risk. Whenever you
correct.
take the risk, right, you'll get some worth. I would say that's how I did it.
Suraj, yeah, Sanjay, you are asking a question to a person who has already taken so many risks, and that's awesome. Please
Yeah,
move to DevOps, right? And definitely keep. Don't leave your non-technical background. Also, you can divide that. Not
yeah,
like entire resume you frame it and you keep it as DevOps, because it will be very difficult for you to
difficult.
answer in the
Yeah, yeah,
interview,
yeah,
right, Suraj? So
yeah, yeah,
I suggest to people that divide your resume in a proper way where you
yeah.
are confident enough. हाँ, इस पैटर्न में अगर मैं बोल दूं, they will select me, right? So Sanjay,
Yes, yes.
I hope I have answered your question. And to everyone who are watching, Basically, I have mentored to people who are age of more than 35 also. And in my top mate, Suraj, I'm telling the truth, right? In my top mate also, people have given me the testimonial who are managers as
Ah,
of now in
yeah.
technical and other fields, right? So even Suraj conducts or has his top mate also, right?
Yes.
Definitely connect with Suraj on that platforms to get one-to-one session, right?
Yeah.
So that was great, right? So I think hello Praveen as a fresher. Okay, so I think Abhishek, I think we have answered this question.
Yeah.
How to go first as an internship for training and development. Go for an internship is what
What I would
our
say,
main
yeah, yeah.
motto.
It will give more weightage actually. So if you go for in the, I would say training, they will just have some particular pattern of training. You'll be working on the same things again and again. For multiple folks, will be working on same thing. But if you are doing the internship for a particular company, you will be getting the pay also, which you can have your daily basis need. You can utilize that for that, and as well as you will be having some industry experience also. Third thing
Yeah.
is you'll be having the opportunity to get the full time role, which is good.
Great. So yes, guys, internship is must and should definitely
Yeah.
go ahead and apply. And anyways, I have a podcast with Nikhil. Go ahead and check that. You will get the important links in description, right? So
Yeah.
Suraj, we have one more question coming here. Suraj has already answered this question, but yes, I think 70 plus people are watching us. So Suraj, if you can tell this again, it will be helpful for the
So
community.
seriously, it was very a long thing actually, I would say. So first I was working on like a Terraform and Chef for the configuration management. So I was totally working for 2 months for Chef, just to understand that, and Terraform also. And apart from that, I slowly moved to Kubernetes. So even that time also, I don't have the much in-depth knowledge or theoretical knowledge, but I know like how the things works, like how to use, where to use the commands, how to troubleshoot it. And apart from that, I have some Dockerized knowledge also during that time, so that you can containerize your application.
Mhm.
Yeah, some of the Python knowledge also. Sometimes they will ask you to create a dashboard based on the framework like Flask, one page, so
Mhm.
that you can monitor your status of your EC2 machines or like that real time. Because in my company we have some particular screens, like big screens, where we used to track the details of that, and some monitoring tools which is essential, I would say. So that's how you'll get some particular things, like let's say some downtime happen, how do you know regarding that? So you should know aware
Great.
of that monitoring part also. In monitoring itself, it's a very vast concept. You need to know like three types of monitoring, like front end, back end, and middleman, I would say. Like API monitoring, still a very vast topic. You should know about three of them.
I
Yeah.
was not knowing this, Suraj.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was when I talk about monitoring, I know like application monitoring. But now you
Yeah.
have divided like middleman
Very parts.
monitoring, front and back end. That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. People
So
will
apart from
right.
that, you should have some database knowledge also, which will be
Mhm.
very good. Not in depth, but you should know the basics of that, how the things work. For
Mhm.
me, I worked on very various things actually, but I know like not in depth, but I know how the things work, like how to troubleshoot them, and which helped me a lot to get the insight of that. So if
Great.
someone will ask me question on that, I can try to give the answer whatever I have did. Yeah.
Great. That's awesome. So Mohammed is asking again the same question. So I will just answer this question. I'm learning DevOps as a fresher. Can I get a job? Yes,
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
you can get a job as an internship or as a full-time opportunity. Crack the opportunity and get it. If you are learning particularly DevOps, then there are companies like Infosys, Cognizant, TCS, CTS,
Yeah.
everything, which doesn't care whether you are learning DevOps or some pattern, but you can definitely go and apply to that companies, because I have got few freshers from my community who have got the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So definitely check out those things, and don't put your brain like you need to be a DevOps as a fresher. No,
Yes.
you just
Yes.
apply to the company. Yes, Suraj,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Obviously.
should just apply
Just
to the
do it,
company.
and then rest will be
Correct.
taken care. First, take that
Care-
risk.
Taken care by company itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the correct thing. Yeah. So yes, just a human is asking, right?
Okay.
Was visa sponsored by the company? I think
Yes.
Suraj. Yes. So guys,
So
I would, Suraj, go
yeah.
ahead and
Sorry
just
to cut you off.
no, no,
I'll
no, no. I was about to ask you only just brief, na, like what benefits you got from the company at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
once.
So there are two type of companies. So I will compare myself with one of my my friend, because he's here from last 1 year. So during his time, that company only provided the visa. I think they said no. So it was like uh, we can sponsor the visa, okay, or else we can give you the stay. or something like that was there. Let me remind it correctly. Yeah. So company will take care of your visa, to be honest. Okay,
Hmm.
first part.
Okay.
Second part
Okay.
will be your stay and your flight ticket. Two
Okay.
options.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Great.
First scenario. So company asked him like whether okay, you have two choices. Either we can give you the visa, sorry, the stay for 1 month, or we can give you the flight tickets. So he
Oh,
opted for the hotel. He did the
okay.
flight tickets by his own, which is around 50 to 80K. During
Okay.
that was a peak time actually.
Correct.
Off peak time it will be very less. The second case is if your company is well established, because his company was a startup, to be honest. It was founded in
Okay.
2019. So if you are going for a well established company, they will sponsor all the things,
Okay.
visa,
Great.
tickets,
Awesome.
your each and everything. Even you'll get some relocation bonus also. Yeah,
Great. So
because we
yes,
are
I
moving from
sponsor.
India to another country, so they need to give. Even in India also, you'll get the relocation bonus if you are get hired from your native town to Bangalore or Hyderabad. It's the same.
Great. That's awesome. Awesome thing, huh? So guys, whatever the company, right, when they are hiring from India, I
Yeah.
think they will give the sponsorship. Some
Yes,
companies, not all
some
the companies.
not all these. Some cherry
Uber,
picks will not give actually
Uber,
to be honest.
Uber Meta gives that, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
because I've seen people. Yeah, great. So, see, again, a question for you: how is Netherlands if I get a job there, right?
it's very good, man. It's very good.
Obviously, you are there, na? Tell something about that. I think people would love to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So I can share my place also if you kind of want to see.
definitely. How you will share? Like you will just rotate the camera or what?
Yeah. So I have.
Oh my God, Suraj, for 1 minute, huh? Like show us the place. Like I was no. Where are you staying? Just nearby the harbor or what?
Yeah, so it's near to Canal, I would say. See,
Oh my God, that's awesome, yeah. So you are
it's
enjoying.
just a motivation. Huh? Just take it as a motivation.
Correct, correct. For that only, huh? Whatever we do on the channel is for that only. It's nothing else.
Motivation only.
Great. So Gyan Raj, I hope you have
You
got
get the
the
motivation.
yes, 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 yes. So QT Ops moment. Yes, this brother is again a true supporter. He always supports my content, and yes, it's good, right? And we have so many questions. So anything, Suraj, from your end? I think we have covered 1 hour 10 minutes plus,
Awesome.
and we'll be completing this podcast and the live Q&A in another 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Before that, anything you have in your mind which you want to tell to people that okay, this can get you this, anything
Yeah, yeah,
such?
sure, sure. So when I relocated to Amsterdam, right, it was very new experience for me because the first time I traveled to international. So few things which we need to take care whenever you are relocating to outside of the country. The first one is the weather condition. It will be very you can't predict that the climate will change anytime. Sometime it
Okay.
will be cold and sometime it will be very hot. And the cold it will be the temperature will be 12 degree, but when the winds will hit, right, it will went to 8 degree, so which will be very cold. Apart
That's
from
awesome.
that, you should have some basic utensils with you, like for cooking. If you are moving to Amsterdam or any European country to survive for at least 1 month, you can carry that groceries from your hometown. Like
Great.
for me, I carried one extra baggage. That
Okay,
company
awesome.
already paid for that. I did not pay anything. The company
Ah,
only paid. So which
great.
helped me for staying here for 2 months. And apart from that, you should have one multi-currency card,
Okay,
forex card, yeah, for doing the all the transaction. If you want to eat something outside or want to buy some groceries, you should have that. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, these are the other things. And the thing is like the people are very they're very good actually. They are very friendly. They'll
Hmm.
keep smiling and like that, and they'll very supportive also.
Great.
And
That's
after 5 o'clock most of the shops get closed, and
oh,
you can't work after 5. But the supermarkets will be open. Yeah,
great.
which is good thing. Yeah, till
Great.
10 o'clock you have all
That's
the facilities. Like you can go ahead with the tram, and you have like you can say like how do you see in the pictures, right? The train will be moving on the same track, and buses will be on the same track like that. So I saw it with my eyes, so which was very good experience. So you have multiple uh, transportation options, which is
that's
the
awesome.
good part regarding the European country is once you get into it, right, once you get the visa, you can travel to any of the neighborhood country like
Hmm.
Paris, France, anything. It's
That's awesome.
like 2 or 3 hours travel. You can easily go and sit there, Belgium, and come back on the weekend. Yeah, like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's all about motivation, guys. If you
Yeah.
really want to go from India to any other place, definitely you are always welcome to visit any other country, right?
Yes.
So Suraj, one personal question, huh?
Yeah.
So how your parents felt, right? The moment when you got the opportunity, whether they supported or
Yeah. Yeah.
कुछ parents को होता है ना कि यार अरे यार मेरा बच्चा जा रहा है अगर रहने से ऐसा अच्छा होता सपोर्ट करता. How was that feeling actually?
So actually, for my journey was a little bit different from other, I would say,
Mhm.
because I was working from 10th standard itself for my
Oh,
family. Yeah,
that's
so I started
that's
with 500 rupees, and
that's
they have multiple dreams actually, which I need to fill up because I have only my mother with me
mm,
and my brother, and with a daughter. I don't have my father, so there are some dreams which I actually daydreaming with. Sorry, if
is
I get
awesome.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understood. Even I am getting emotional. I am getting tears. Yes. Sorry for that asking
yeah,
question.
no
I
problem.
just wanted to know like how
It
was
was very good. My
yeah because
mother was like, she was very happy actually because I, after my father, I was the first person who will be going to
uh,
abroad and will be residing there. So which was very proud moment for me. Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And sorry for asking this question.
No problem.
Out of curiosity, I asked. But
Yeah,
seriously, man, I should salute you for what you have done in your life, and great kudos going forward. And
yeah, thank you.
definitely, people are awesome. See. So happy, man, right? People are supporting, right? So all their wishes, and we also wish everyone, those who are watching stream, should definitely get into good organizations. We are generating the success results now, and we will continue to do so.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yes, as I promised to Suraj, 1 hour 15 minutes is completed. So our stream will be going to end in another 2 minutes.
yeah,
So yes, I will just give a closing ceremony for this stream, right? And
yeah.
I'm going in front of Suraj for coming onto my channel for this evening and making sure everyone's of questions have been answered,
Answered.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you, Suraj, for sharing all your
Uh,
experiences. It was really great motivating journey of what you have shared with my community, and definitely people will like to connect with you. So
yeah,
few things, guys, before ending the stream, I will get the details from Suraj. I will give in the description. I will
yeah,
give his LinkedIn profile. You can connect with Suraj anytime you need. And
yeah,
also Suraj, if he has top mate, I will share that also,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Obviously.
And
And
again, thank you, Suraj. Few sentences before we close the stream to
yeah,
people. 67 people are watching us till now.
nice.
See, that is what awesome is, right? So
Yeah,
people
yeah.
believe us, right? So yes, any closing sentences for them?
Okay. What should
Yes.
I don't know.
Any closing sentence which you
Yeah, I
feel
would
that
say, see, for me, I always carry that attitude like never give up anything. So you can see on my WhatsApp also, I always say like
I
never
saw,
give up.
I saw.
Yeah. So that's how actually the more risk you take, the more you grow in your career. Because for me, I'm not even from the electronics also, even not from the English background, to be honest.
Correct,
Okay,
correct,
so
correct.
that's how you can take it as a motivation from me. Or if you guys need any help, I'm always online on LinkedIn. You can have a discussion with me at any time. If you feel demotivated, just let me know. I'll always will be there.
Yes, we'll do one more session, or he will definitely be there to use support, right? Yes, Suraj, with that said, again, thank you. And
Thank
guys, those who are in the stream, 68 people, after the
you.
live session is ended, you can comment how you felt, because these
Yeah,
comments Suraj cannot see later.
yeah,
So in order to make sure that I can share this with my friends also, and Suraj can show to their friends also, right? So just comment on the video after the stream is ended, like the
yeah,
video, subscribe to the channel, and share the link with your friends.
yeah,
As people are asking, I think one person was continuously bombarding me the question, boring gaming, he was telling when will the next batch will start for DevOps bootcamp 2. I will announce in short the preparation I am making it from my end, so give me some time. We will hit hard this time, right? Yes, that's awesome. And again, thank you, Suraj. Thank
yeah.
you all
Thank
for
you
joining the
for
stream.
inviting
Have
me
a
also.
wonderful weekend. Great,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.